Good morning, everyone. It's Dr. Arlene Diamco, the multidimensional MD. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, I'm going to be talking about your life essence and how to connect with it and how to connect with other people's essences so that you can access deeper healing and also so that we can all get along better. I just got back from Kansas City from the Osteopathic Cranial Academy annual conference, which was on women and osteopathy. So it was amazing. And the last day, this is what we were talking about. We were talking about your essence or from the osteopath's point of view, how to connect with the patient's essence to help them with healing. And I've been talking about it all week with friends, with colleagues, with patients. And so when I talk about something multiple times, I know it's a theme and I know it's something that people could really benefit from. So today I'm going to share with you some of my perspectives, and these aren't meant to be definitive or the end-all be-all, but something to help inspire you and help you along your journey. So I'll be going through what is your essence? 2, how can you connect with your essence? 3, how does connecting with your essence help with your health? 4, how do you connect with someone else's essence? And 5, how does that help you get along with others? So all things that we could really use in the world today. So first, what is your essence? Your essence, at least from my perspective, is it's yourself, like that, your unhindered self, totally free. It's that unique feel of your soul that is all light and love and remembers that you are part of the oneness. And it's like that unique combination of qualities that makes you you, but you that's feels completely free and full of love and connected with all things. And I also work with flower essences and other kinds of essences. And so when you work with the essence of things, you start to get an idea of what that actually is. So for example, when I work with flower essences, and I make these different combinations of flower essence sprays and rose water and tinctures. You are using the essence of the flower. So this is very different than an essential oil. It's this unique combination of the qualities of the flower. If you look at flowers, they are one of the highest vibrations of nature. It is nature unfolding and blossoming. And then this flower emerges just naturally without even thinking, without having to plan for it. It just happens. And so when you look at the flower, it has this really high vibration and it has qualities to it that can help uplift you during many different times, whether times of joy, celebration, or times of sadness and grief. And I did this past week where it was my parents' 50th anniversary, but my dad passed about a year and a half ago. And so I gathered all these flowers from the grocery store and I wanted to make my own flower arrangement. And to me, that was really soothing. Somehow it's uplifting for the heart and the soul. And so it's in the describing of it and giving examples that you can start to become more in tune with what is an essence. Because when we talk about these deep truths, it's really difficult to explain it fully in words. So I can describe it and I can give examples of it, but I won't ever really be able to explain 100% what a soul is, something that is so infinite, like what an essence is. I mean, that is infinite. So if you don't have an exact definition of it, that is completely okay because it's part of that greater mystery. So we have that wonder to it. And it's great to have that infinite wonder of like, what is an essence? What is a soul? So again, I'm just giving examples because I can't describe fully in words. The words are not enough to describe something that's infinite or so high vibration, but your essence is always light and love. It is always just completely free. And so that takes me to the next point of how can you connect with your essence? And after that, we're going to talk about how does connecting with your essence help your health? So to connect with your essence, it's really becoming more centered. So you could do a heart centering meditation. I did a podcast on that, a live stream on YouTube, Unfolding the Heart podcast. So you can, I'll drop the link below after this. And so that really helps to unfold your heart, uncurl the heart, open up this heart field, which is a magnificent vibrational field, especially when it's free and flowing and letting your essence naturally come out and express itself, which is, what is your essence? Is all light and love, and also that unique combination of what makes you, unhindered, free. So centering in your heart, being out in nature. So again, when I was talking about the flower essences, connecting with nature, just immersing yourself in nature. You are a part of nature, and nature does not have to think about her essence. Nature just is. So when you go out in nature, then you can also just be. And just being helps you connect with your being, your essence, the essence of your soul. So you start to see it. I know sometimes it sounds simple, but once you see that simple things, small acts of being can have a lot of depth to it. So it's just about kind of taking those steps day by day, moment by moment. You can also connect with your essence by sitting in the stillness. This gets really difficult for people when they have a lot going on in their minds, the mental loops, always thinking about something. But as that starts to settle down, then you can start to sit in your own stillness, and there you will hear, feel the essence of yourself. This is why just practicing sitting, being quiet, breath work, meditation can be so important. But if it's difficult for you to do, then I would do the things that are easier first, because why not? You can get benefit. Again, small things done consistently, you can get so much benefit. So it's just being in nature, making sure your breath is moving. And then slowly you will see that you're able to spend more time in the stillness. When we were in the rainforest, El Yunque in Puerto Rico, then it was really interesting because the group that I was with, this guy said, he's like, wow, I've been here all day, and not once have I thought to look at my phone or check my phone for messages. So you see, it's just like, you didn't have to, like being in the rainforest, we didn't have to try to be still or try to connect. It just happened naturally because we are part of nature. And the closer we are to it, then we start to remember our own vibration, our own frequency, that high frequency that's really free, that is light and love. So, and then another way you can connect with your essence, and this is something that Dr. Paula Estruth at the Cranial Academy annual conference reminded us all, is to spend 10% of your day for you. So 10%, that is 2 hours and 24 minutes, if you want to be exact, or 2.4 hours, to spend that for you. What does that mean? Well, it depends on what that means for you, because you get to decide that. How would you like to spend that time for yourself, nourishing yourself, taking care of yourself? That could look like reading on the couch. It could look like going out for a walk in nature. It could be going to a yoga class or doing it on your own. It could be doing some art or something, or doing something for fun, for no other reason that you love to do it, and it really helps you feel your soul, your essence of who you are. So, number 3, how does connecting with your essence help your health? Well, so for people that are very highly sensitive, I see a lot of people that are really sensitive or empathic. It gives you a sense of self. It helps you process what you are feeling, like, because if you already know who you are, then you can process what you're feeling and know whether it's coming from you or another. And I know when you think about the oneness, in one way, it doesn't really matter if it's you or another, but if you don't have a sense of self, I mean, we are in our own human bodies, so we do still have this container for living. And if that gets too muddled, then it can get really confusing. And people don't know how to think, feel, behave. So having a sense of self, even within the oneness, so having a sense of your soul, your essence, even within the oneness is so helpful. And then you can notice things, you can feel things, see things, hear things, whatever. Use all your senses without feeling overwhelmed by them. So this is so useful. And over the years, I've been able to develop this for myself, and I'd love to help people in my practice and my patients also develop this for themselves, the kids especially, because the sooner you are able to tap into this, then it just makes life a lot easier. You get to step more into that ease and flow of life. And if like a flower, so if you're in tune with your essence, if all you do is be your true self, so this is your true self, is your essence, which is all light and love. If all you do is be your true self, then you are destined to blossom. And that is amazing. And it's not something that we fully feel all the time because we are in this human experience and we have this ego that wants to contain and compare things, but we have to remind ourselves, and this is why I am talking about this right now, is to remind myself and remind you that to be in touch with our essence and our true selves, and then we can, just by being our true selves, we will blossom just like nature, just like a flower. And as I said, nature is always connected with her essence. And so as you connect with your essence, then you just get into that ease and flow of life. So even though there are ups and downs, which are going to be naturally, just like the weather, just like in nature, there's going to be storms, but then guess what? The nature just regrows and is so resilient, and so are you, because you are a part of nature. And the more in tune you are with your essence, then you will realize that. And so you can become so resilient. You can bounce back from anything. You can walk through chaos and feel okay. It doesn't mean that you don't feel hurt. You still have to take care of yourself, but you do that by getting in touch with your own essence. And also, from my perspective as a physician, as a cranial osteopath, illness is a misalignment or imbalance of the mind, body, spirit, or mind, body, soul. So if you infuse your essence fully into your mind, body, it helps to restore that balance. And so this is part of our treatment and cranial osteopathic world. To me, this is about like being a kind human being too, that if you feel your essence and just being able to help other people with their essence, but first talking about yourself, tuning into your essence and helping your essence infuse into your mind, body more, then that helps to restore the mind, body, soul balance, or mind, body, spirit balance. And you can feel more alive, more joyful, more at peace, more balanced, not just mentally, emotionally, but physically, because this is a human experience. This is a mind, body, spirit experience. So you never can fully separate. As long as you're alive as a human being, you can never fully separate mind, body, and spirit. So when people ask, is this a physical thing? Is this a mental thing? Is this an emotional thing? Is this a spirit thing? Well, it's always everything. Yes, there might be some layers that sort of like call you more at the moment, but it is always the whole. So including all those dimensions, you are a human being. So you must address all aspects of your being. So next, how do you connect with someone else's essence? This can help us so much in relationships, with interactions with people, with being able to get along, with having more peace in the world. So this is a very important topic. So again, the first thing is to connect with your essence, because as I said before, if you don't know your sense of self, then it can be very confusing, and you won't know that other person's essence from your own. It'll just be like this big jumbled mess. And that's a different way of being. So to connect with the other person's essence, I'll give you several kind of ways to do it. And again, this is not definitive, but it's just descriptions and examples so you can get a feel for it. One is to see the light in their eyes. And they did another live stream on that, the eyes as windows to the soul. So you can see that. I'll drop the link in the comments, because you can see someone's essence sparkling out of their eyes. Or if they're not completely balanced, that essence is not fully in their body, then you might not see it as much. But it is always there, because if they are alive, then you will see some kind of light. So at times it might be more dull, and at other times it may be like sparkling and really, when you look at someone's eyes, you can feel that joy, and that connection like helps all of us. So to see it from someone else and then you emanating that from yourself really can help each other. You can also see someone's essence or feel it from their heart center, from your heart center, really. So again, it's about the dropping into the heart. So if you take the things that I said about how do you connect with your essence and then expand that to connecting with another person's essence, that's basically what we're doing. So this one is like, okay, dropping to your heart center, doing the heart center meditation. And then from there, it's like heart fields can connect. And when you connect with another heart field, that is a soul-to-soul connection. And from there, like really miraculous things can occur because we come together for a similar purpose. And it's possible to see someone's light even if they don't see their own. You could see that like with people that you love, with your kids, with your family, that sometimes they don't believe in themselves, but you believe in them. And that's really, still beautiful that you can see their light. So that if you could see someone else's light, it's like it helps to fan that flame within them of their essence. So in that way, we connect with each other and we help each other, because it's part of the reason we're here is to help each other. And for me, it's essential to see someone's light, to see their essence in order for me to help them the best that I can. Because if I can't see that light, that health, that love, that essence within them, then how will I help somebody feel better? How can I help their health, that multidimensional health? It goes hand in hand to be able to connect and see someone's essence. To access deeper healing, it's not that you can't help at all. It's just that you will be limited in how you can help them if you don't connect with someone's essence. And number 5, how does connecting with your essence and someone else's essence, how does that help you get along with others? When you can see someone else's essence and you can see your own essence, both of which are all light and love, you can also see the difference between what is someone's stress and trauma patterns, what their stress and trauma patterns are versus the expression of their true selves. Because remember, the essence is all light and love. So when someone's not behaving in a way that seems like they're all light and love, have you ever seen that before? Whether yourself or someone else, then it is a stress trauma pattern. Because if you were a true expression of your true self, then you would be beaming all light and love all the time, thinking, being, doing, being first, then thinking and doing. So if it's not that, then it's a stress and trauma pattern. And this is really helpful for me in seeing people, because I know the stress and trauma pattern is also showing where the healing is. So when you can rebalance and bring things back together and feel more peaceful, then that's where the healing is. But it also gives you a great understanding of what someone is going through. It does not excuse bad behavior. It's not bypassing that, but it helps you approach with compassion, so that you can approach from a perspective of love versus anger or fear. And it helps you, be able to access that love from yourself for the other person. It helps you see that you're both part of the oneness. And no matter what is going on, and even though things can seem really ugly or bad, that there is still that essence, and that is still there. And the more you're able to connect with it for yourself and for others, then we can access more peace and be able to get along in the world. And this is how I'm able to get along with most people of all different personalities, all different backgrounds. And, sometimes people will ask me because certain things that people do, I have a lot of patience, and it's what I've developed over the years. And it's true patience because I don't mind people as they are. And maybe they're acting out, maybe they're having what I call an adult tantrum, but I know those are stress and trauma patterns, and that's not reflective of their true essence. And their true essence to me is more beautiful than the acting out. So it's not easy, it's not difficult for me to continue to pay attention to their true essence. And that to me is like so much more attractive, and just that's what gets my attention more so than the stress or trauma patterns. Not that I'm ignoring the stress or trauma patterns. It's, I know, as my perspective as a physician, cranial osteopath, integrative physician, is that those stress or trauma patterns are showing you where the healing is. And so if I'm called to help someone, or if it's a patient of mine, then I will help, of course. Then I'm called to help them. I'll address those, but I can see both. But the true essence is so much more beautiful. And so where you focus grows. And so that's where I choose to focus. And so can you. And I love that beauty and uniqueness of each person's essence. And when we look around and see that, like if you look around, see different people, and then realize these are just our different essences and different souls all around, it's like sprinkled everywhere around the world. It's like this beautiful garden. And so the differences are part of that beauty. And I think this, for many groups that I'm in, this is a time for tremendous growth and change, and will require working together, envisioning peace and harmony. And this isn't an option if many organizations continue to go onwards. It's a necessity. So we have to do this. We are being asked to do this at every level, from the personal to the family to the community to the global level. So whatever organization, whatever group you are a part of, then I would ask you to consider, to get in touch with your own essence, to connect with the essence of the people around you, so that we can envision and create a world that reflects that beauty of our true selves. So I hope that was helpful for you in some way. If you have any questions, please let me know. Drop them in the comments. I will get back to you. And please like and subscribe. You can also connect with me further on Instagram at All World Health, on Facebook, All World Health and Pediatrics. On my website, if you aren't already signed up for my e-love letters, I send them out once a week on Wednesdays. And so that's allworldhealth.com. And every now and then I'm on TikTok, the Multidimensional MD. So lots of love to all of you. It's Dr. Arlene Diamco, the Multidimensional MD, and I will see you next week, Wednesday, 11 a.m. EST. Have a beautiful rest of your week. And I love you.